Hi, I'm Kevin Harrington. I'm here with my co-host, Forbes Riley. We've seen her on TV for many years as a celebrity health and fitness expert, as well as a TV show host.
And of course, you recognize Kevin Harrington as one of the original sharks from Shark Tank. You know, you and I are both in the business of marketing. We've got a very special guest today. He is actually known as the king of marketing, so much so his name is Jimmy Marketing. Jimmy, welcome.
How's it going?
Jimmy, good to have you.
You know, you're so good at what you do that I think you legally need to change your name. What do you think?
Pretty much everybody calls me Jimmy Marketing, so it's already happened in essence.
I think it's awesome.
Hey, Jimmy, tell me, what do you do? What is your marketing all about?
Well, I am the solution for doctors. And, you know, what we mean by that is there's a big problem right now with doctors in general in that they go through all this schooling, years and years of schooling for their profession. And this also affects America worldwide as well because the patients aren't finding these great doctors because they're not teaching them marketing.
Right.
Oh, wow.
They're not teaching them, you know, what information should be on their website and things like this. So, you know, it's my mission to help these doctors, to help them be able to systematically attract more patients automatically.
So doctors go to school to learn how to be a doctor, but they don't learn how to be an entrepreneur. They don't learn how to build websites. They don't learn how to attract new customers. That's what Jimmy Marketing does.
Exactly.
Well, but most doctors that I visit, they have some sort of website, right?
Absolutely. But what we're finding today is even word-of-mouth referrals are going online to research the doctor. You want to make sure when you're talking about your health, it's very, very serious, that you're even if it is a word-of-mouth referral, that you're going to the right place and you get a good feeling about that. So, you know, but it goes beyond just the first impression. Obviously, the website where people are going online and ultimately will find you is very important from a look standpoint.
Well, not even a look, but I will tell you there's a whole functionality, because and I've done this, where you go to the site, and if it doesn't look professional because they didn't really know who to go to, you're like, maybe they don't really know their business, when in fact they could be a brilliant doctor. But when you go to one that's got the right kind of pull downs and information and photograph, I don't know all the things that need to be there, but I know when I get the right feel, that's somebody that I trust.
Yes. Yep.
Exactly.
Jimmy, I want to ask you this. Tell me about a doctor that said, I already have a website, and you said, you may have a website, but it's not functional, it's not optimized, right? And you changed that site, and what happened?
Well, actually, it's a great question, Kevin, because we get a lot of doctors that come to us already with a website.
Right.
And you know, the first person that comes to mind is a client, a good friend of mine, Dr. Munch, out of this small town, Vestal, New York. And he went a lot of schooling for, to become an orthodontist. You have to go through dental school, and then you got to go through more schooling. And but they did not teach him the marketing side of it. So he had a website. So he had a brochure-based website listing the different types of services that he offered, but it did not talk directly to the prospect. And he came to me and I said, look, first thing we have to do is we need to change your website, because it's the first impression when these, mostly moms are the decision maker for braces for their kids.
Right.
And we have to have that great first impression, but most importantly, beyond the impressions, we want to get them to call you. And so we tweaked his website, completely overhauled it from a look and feel standpoint, but also from a messaging standpoint. And when we did our discovery call, which it's as simple as one call with us, that we ask about 30 to 40 questions where we can then take that information and then go write the content for the doctor.
Right.
Because he had all these great technologies, the latest technologies, different solutions for different types of cases for braces.
What happens when you tweaked it? What was the result?
So the result was, I just got an email from him last week, and he said, I just want to thank you for rebuilding our website, because now moms are saying to me, when we went to your website and your competitor's website, the choice was clear who we needed to come to. And in direct results, for the minuscule amount to invest in this website, it has exponentially grown as practice.
But that is the beginning of what you do, because you have a 3-step process. And obviously the website is the portal, it's the beginning of all this, and when you change it. But that's just the beginning. Tell us a bit more about the process. What
Absolutely. So first, obviously, we want to have that website. It's the foundation. It's the hub of marketing. Mm-hmm. Once that is in place, the next logical thing is people who are actively searching for your solution, you want to make sure that you show up. And if you don't show up, then, you know.
Well, what does that mean, you show up?
So typically when people years ago would need to find a solution, they would go to the Yellow Pages.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, today, most people are going to Google. They're going to Yahoo. They're even going to YouTube with video. And, you know, the mobile search results are very critical. So with that, you know, you want to make sure that you are there because you're in the game of helping
Like
people.
being on the front page.
Being on the front page
You know, wait,
towards
you know
the
how
top.
to do that? You can help people do that?
Absolutely. And we
Google searches,
That's-
et cetera, right?
and we do it in a way that we basically can put you on by turning on the faucet.
So you're
you
sort
don't
of
have to
a-
worry about SEO or any of that.
You're sort of
Really?
a digital expert then in this space. Forget about the old days of the Yellow Pages. Today it's digital, right?
So what I'm
Exactly
hearing
what
is that if you're a doctor, whether you're an orthodontist or any with podiatrist, doesn't matter what type of doctor, and you're looking to increase your practice, get on the front page, and really get found because your service is obviously really valuable, but there's people out there that don't know about you. You connect the dots. But the other thing that you do is you do it in such a way that it works.
It works, and you know, I like to share with you another example of Dr. Johnson, who's a dentist, and he's in a small town, Groton, Connecticut, single practice, and he was investing about $20,000 a year in the Yellow Pages. Well, the patients dried up. The cost of Yellow Pages was still there, but he was not getting the results that he was looking for. So what we did is we shifted the same amount of money and we put it more online. And the result is about 200 to 300 new patients every year directly related
That's
from
amazing.
our efforts online.
What I really like about what you do, you specialize in, you said doctors, so from orthodontists to dentists to MDs, you know that business. Now, this is one question you got to answer. What happens in the marketplace once you do an orthodontist? Are you going to compete against him with other orthodontists, or do you have some kind of exclusivity provision in your relationship?
Ultimately, our goal is for that doctor to dominate their local market. So
Really?
ethically,
Wow.
Absolutely,
Wow.
because we team up with doctors who provide quality service,
Mm-hmm.
quality solutions for their patients. And you know, there really can only be one number one. So we set up exclusivity by zip code.
That's amazing.
Well, what also I loved is that he's a very busy, very successful man. He knew the name not only of your clients, but what they did and their success stories. How important is it to you to have that personal touch?
Absolutely. It is really the foundation of the relationship. We aren't just a web design company. When you look at a web company that can also not only build the website but help with the marketing,
Right.
it's the complete package and it forms a long-term relationship. That's why, you know, for the website side of it, it really sets up that foundation on that relationship level.
So are the 3 steps: you design the website, you drive the traffic, and then you analyze the best traffic sources?
Oh, this is one of the best parts of what he does.
Absolutely. We're utilizing a revolutionary technology that allows us to know exactly which traffic sources, you know, in terms of, there's Google obviously, but there's YouTube, there's Facebook, there's all these different ways that you can market your practice online. And what we've invented and worked with is a system that will change the phone number on the website based on where that person is coming from. So I'll give you another example. Podiatrist, 4 practices in Milwaukee. And the way this came about in terms of this revolutionary technology that changes the phone number based on the traffic source is the fact that this practice invested about $6,000 with us, and we turned that into over $350,000 of production. So to do the math quickly, it's over a 55% return on investment for that. Well, we did a bunch of different things for that $6,000. We had some in Facebook, we had some in Google, we had some on YouTube, Yahoo, Bing, all these different things. And the answer at the time, because we weren't tracking, we didn't know where those new patient phone calls were coming from, was I guess we got to do everything the same again. And that just didn't sit well with me. So I went out, I searched for a solution, tweaked that solution even further, constantly tweaking it so that we know exactly where the phone calls are coming from. And even to take it a step further, our team listens to the phone calls so that we can categorize them as this is an existing patient. This was a new patient that turned into an appointment.
Right.
This is a new patient that didn't turn into an appointment.
Right.
Give feedback. Why not?
All right, so, go ahead.
Oh, you and I had a little bonding moment before we
Oh,
started
yeah?
filming,
Okay.
okay? Because I started my first business when I was 15. Tell us a quick story about how you started when you were 15
Oh,
years old.
absolutely. So
Okay.
just like you, Kevin, and probably a lot of people watching, very entrepreneurial at a very young age. You know, shoveling snow, mowing lawns, and at one point, you know, it was 1997. Internet was just starting out. You know, it wasn't the craze that it is today. And basically, I had this Yellow Pages book sitting on the desk, and I started to call businesses and ask if they needed a website. 250 people hung up on me. One person said, "Can you come over, give me a presentation right now?" I was so excited. He didn't hang up on me. I said yes, and my mom had to drive me over there. And that's how it started.
A jewelry store, right?
A jewelry store.
She
my
drove you
local
over,
town.
sat outside for 2 hours, and you got the account.
Got the deal.
Yes.
And all through high school, college, built the web design, web hosting, and you know today we're completely diversified with different types of marketing.
You know, I would love you to look at the camera and tell there's a doctor, there's a dentist, there's somebody out there who needs you, and tell them why they should pick up the phone or get on this website right now.
Absolutely, Forbes. So if you're watching this interview, chances are you're looking for more patients and you're looking to grow your practice. And you could be struggling, or maybe you already have a thriving practice. It doesn't matter. You want to help more people. So if that's the case, what I recommend that you do is head over to jimmymarketing.com. I put together numerous strategies, tools, resources, all for free for you. And in fact, there's a webinar on there where I go into more depth about these 3 keys that we talked about today in terms of the 3 steps. Yeah. So head over to jimmymarketing.com, learn a little bit about our process, but don't wait too long, because we do set up exclusive relationships with one doctor in that industry.
What's so amazing about this is that because you focus in this medical arena, you know what it takes to present it professionally, the right way, the right image, the right look, the right feel. Nobody has to worry, if you're a doctor or a dentist, that this is going to be the top-notch looking site, but it's also going to perform top-notch in terms of lead generation and digital and all the latest and greatest that you've been focusing on.
What's great about our setup and our system now is that this is transferable. So what I mean by that is, obviously every market is different, but we have had great success with orthodontists, podiatrists, neurosurgeons, doctors, dentists. And with that success, we now have a model. So we're able to leverage years of what we have been testing. I mean, marketing is all testing, and able to leverage that. So when you decide to, as a doctor, come on board, we can really put you on the fast start with a proven system.
Well, now I'm thinking, do you have a model for fitness expert TV hosts?
Absolutely, for it. So, this system is transferable to other industries as well.
Oh, okay.
Just the other day, I was on the phone with client Tim Griswold, a plumber.
Okay.
And honestly, I had my hair standing up, goosebumps, when he said, because of the marketing that we're doing, we have to add a truck to our business.
Ooh.
Fantastic.
I love that.
It's so he provides a quality service, and it's easy for us to market businesses, doctors that provide a quality service. And so that's really the key, is we become an extension of that practice, of that business.
I'm very particular about who I get in business with.
Yeah.
And what I love about Jimmy, do you see the smile, the energy,
Yes.
the passion? From the time you're 15 till now, you've got one of the most infectious spirits. And I would assume that people just love working with you, don't they?
Absolutely, and it's built a culture, because we do have a team behind Jimmy Marketing, and it's the team that revolves around the content writing, the designers, the programmers, and it's the systems that I've built over the years, but it's also that culture.
And when you think about it, I have a brother-in-law that's a doctor, I have a nephew that's a doctor. They're not marketers. They don't know how to build websites, get traffic.
But couldn't they use more clients?
But they could use your kind of services. It's a natural, because they're smart enough that they realize they should bring in an expert like you, Jimmy. So
absolutely.
Congratulations on finding this niche and really exploding it now to the masses.
It's easy to work with them, because I realize the impact that a doctor can have on a child. Let's just talk orthodontist real quick. The orthodontist can straighten somebody's teeth, change their jaw, which can result in a change of confidence. And let's just say we're talking about a child. I mean, that can impact that child, that teenager, for years to come.
Brother, look right here, 8 years of orthodontia work. If I hadn't found the most amazing guy, I don't think I'd have this career. I want to thank you so very much.
Great to meet you, Jimmy.
Thanks for having me today.
Man.
You're
All right.
welcome.